If you are under the age of 18, the content of this video is not intended for you. Please stop watching now. Hey YouTube, this is Audrey, and although I made and filmed my Mother's Day cards this year, I didn't get a chance to put it together and do the video of what I used. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I will attach it to the cards that I made because I really want to show them to everybody. I love the way they turned out. So I'll show you quickly what I used, and then I'll attach this to the videos of the cards that I made for my mother, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law. So I pulled out some old stuff and some new stuff. I used these Wild Orchid Crafts gold metal filigree corners. I pulled out this Recollections paper pad from Michaels that I've had a couple years. This is relatively new. I bought it earlier this year. It is a cat scrappiness die that says Happy Mother's Day, and it has a shadow. This set is one I got not too long ago on a super special on paperwishes.com, but it is by Made to Surprise, and it is the pop-up bouquet card. There's the mechanism. Here is the decoration, and then these are flower and a couple signs, stamps and dies sets. And so I use both of those. Then this is an older My Creative Time one, and I use one of the sentiments out of this one. This one is a new one that I got, I think it was for last month, in last month's release. And so I used one out of there. And it comes with dies, but I did not use the dies. Then I used this die set from, I'm not sure if it's KS Crafts or if it's one of the other ones, but I used a piece out of this one. This is the February 2022 Spellbinders Club embossing folder of the month, which is something that they started this year with a new club. This one is the March APG die of the month, and it's called Bella Ovalette. And then I use these two Crafter's Companion large stamp sets. This one was the Someone Special, and this one was On Your Special Day. So those are all the things that I use besides cardstock for my Mother's Day cards. So I will show you what I've made. For this card, I utilized some of the flowers, the layered flower dies that I had made in a previous video, a couple videos back. So I made up all these flowers to see them and compare, and so now I am using some of them. I'm trying to use them on different projects. So this one is from Altenew. I had to get it out. This one is Crafter's Companion, I believe, and then this one is Anna Griffin. So I use the Anna Griffin Thinking of You banner. I use the Spellbinders embossing folder for the background, and then I added some little yellow diamond dots throughout, like here and up here. So love how this is. I have this one elevated quite a bit. This one is stuck down with the stem, but then I put foam dots under the leaves for dimension. And y'all, I pulled out some stickles to put on the centers. Don't know if you could see it all, but haven't used stickles in a long time. Trying to pull out stuff that I have not used in a while. Then on the inside, I just cut another shape of the same that's on the outside. I used two different My Creative Time sentiments, and then on the back, it's just my stamp. And then this cardstock, I believe, is a 110-pound yellow cardstock from the Primary Colors from Hobby Lobby. This card, I also pulled out some stuff I haven't used in forever. I pulled out some metal corners, and this is that Spellbinders Becca Feakin member club die. And then I have done Happy Mother's Day, which is a cat scrapiness, and it's all in gold and pink. And then the Happy Mother's Day in the pink has not Wink and Stella, but Spectrum Noir sparkle on there. And then on the inside of this, I cut out the background die with that same background piece here. But then there's a little frame that you get when you cut the pieces together, and so the frame is in the same color as the card base, which is a Michaels 110-pound stock. And then I just put the frame on top of it to give it a little more definition. And then this May Everything That Brings You Joy stamp was part of that Crafter's Companion large stamp set. And then the back is just my thing, my stamp. So this last Mother's Day card is the one that I did with the Made to Surprise set, and I just love the way this one came out. I had this paper that was that Recollections paper. I took this printed sheet out of there, and it has like an iridescent foiling on it. And then I used Crafter's Companion luxury cardstock in the Mirror Silver to make a matte layer. And then there's also a green 110-pound cardstock matte layer. And so this Happy Mother's Day uses again, this was the cat scrappiness version, and I use the silver and the green. Then when you open it up, it pops down like this and becomes a 3D version. So it folds flat, and then it's a basket, and it sits flat like that. And you can kind of see down in there. It's kind of hard to show this, but you can see there from the side version. And then the die makes this beautiful embossing on the basket piece. And then there's the bow. And so it could just be sat on a table, and it shows the flowers there. So I stamped the flowers onto colored cardstock using inks that match closely to the colors. And the dies also have embossing qualities to them. So as you can see, there are embossed areas on all of the flowers. Then I tucked a few of the greenery pieces in here in the front just to do a little fill-ins. And then I used that second Crafter's Companion stamp set that says, I made this card by hand for you. It's got so much to say. It brings a special message that you're in my thoughts today. I filled it up with lots of love and hugs along the way. May your hopes and dreams come true today and every day. And then, as I said, this folds flat. I did add a matting piece here so that it wasn't just white. I did make the mechanism out of white cardstock and then just matted the green layers onto each side of the card, and then used the yellow for the verse and the bow. Then you close it, and there's my information on the back. This is a pretty hefty card. It's a 7x7. So I'm sure it's going to cost a little bit to mail, but I wanted this card to be special. So this one is the last of the Mother's Day cards.